Welcome back to Jim's Garage Toys. This is Jim, and I am going to show something today that is not car related, but might be handy for some people. So I am down in my basement area. When we did a kitchen addition years ago, we had them build this part to us for the house for more storage. But the problem is under here in this section, I got about 7 feet. But then the next section up, because the way the ground is, it's only got about 5 feet, 10 inches or so, and I'm 6'2". So I'm always hitting my head and got to duck down and be careful. So I am changing the lights in here. So I figured I'd show people how to wire and change out a ceiling fixture light. So let me flip this around and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. So this is my problem up here, is I have ceiling fixtures. I've hit that one before. The light's still working, although it's just hanging by its wires. So it's a fluorescent light bulb in there. And there's another one back there. So what I am installing are these LED lights that are very thin. So I'll have a lot more room to clear. And there, I already did that one, so you can see it's only about 1 inch from the ceiling, where these hang down probably 6 inches from the ceiling. So go ahead and open this up and we'll get started. So this fixture is pretty slick how they mount it. So it's got this mounting plate right here, and it has 4 tabs on it. I see right there. So, and they slide into these holes. So what you have to do is screw this up to the ceiling, and it comes with the hardware for it, and then make the wire connections, and it just slides right on and pops on. So it's real easy. So for those of you that have never worked with electricity before, you gotta make sure to kill the electricity to it. You don't want to shock yourself and zap yourself. So this is a live circuit right now, and that right there would not be pleasant. So electricity can kill. So I need to go turn off the power to this so that we can continue. Okay, so killed the power. Now the nice thing about working on light fixtures is if the light doesn't work, then you know you don't have power. So it's a lot simpler, unless you got a bad light bulb, of course. But flip the breaker and you know you're always safe. So now what I need to do is take off this old fixture that was put in here. And as you can see, there are 4 screws, and we will go ahead and free that up. And so if I was reusing this, I could undo the screws. In my case, I'm actually just going to snip it because the wires there are curled. Instead of straightening them out, I want a straight wire for my new connection. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here, and we're just gonna snip each of these 4 wires. And then I'll strip them back and get a new, much better, cleaner connection. So there we go. So now our old light fixture is off, and we have all of our wires. So everything's color coded. Here is the ground. So these are great little connectors too, so because they're easy to release and reuse, and more secure than wire nuts. So the ground is attached to itself right now. That old fixture didn't have a ground connected to it, but I'll connect the ground wire right into one of those holes. It's just push it in. So I just need to strip these wires so I have a new clean edge, and we'll do that real quick. Okay, so now as you can see, we have freshly stripped wires. So hoping everybody knows how to strip a wire. And so you can see this screw here is how, there's two of them normally, and this is how most light fixtures are attached to the ceiling, but not this one. So, which is nice because with the 4 points, it's even more solid. So I'm going to go ahead and get the connector and show you how we do that. This type of connector is really started to replace the wire nuts that have been used for decades. So you can see in the new package they do give you the wire nuts. Here's the attachments to go up through the sheetrock on the ceiling and hold the bracket to it. But I'm not going to use the wire nuts. I could, but I like these even more. So this is just a box. I use it for automotive connections in-house. And this has two wire connections here, 3 wire here, and 5 here. Readily available on Amazon or on eBay. But great connectors. I really like this kind. So that's what I'm going to use. So here's a 3-way connector. And we're going to use that because I have 2 white and 2 black that I need to connect into it. And then it came with quick disconnects. So 1 for the ground and 1 for the black and white. So we'll go ahead and connect this up. Let's see if I can do this with one hand and show you. So it literally goes, so there's 3 holes on the end there. So let's see if I can do it with one hand. There we go. So it just pushes in just like that. And then the next one, get that in there. Need my other hand just for a second there. Oh, I'll put this down. Sometimes you just need 2 hands. So we got the 2 blacks popped in, we got the 2 whites popped in, and we got the ground popped in. So now I can take this one that they supplied me, and I have a white and a black. So that will go to the quick disconnects that I just attached, and then the light itself. So this will attach here, so it's just a snap and push. And then the ground wire right here will attach into this quick disconnect. So on this one, you just push down and put the wire in and then release, and it snips it kind of, so clamps it so that it makes a connection. So we got 3 there, and we got 3 right here. So the next thing that I need to do before I actually make those connections though, is I want to go ahead and put my bracket up so that I can get it up and mark the holes, so I can drill them out with a 1/2 inch to clear this. So this clamps down and pops up through the hole, and then it opens up, and when you screw the bolt, it creates a nice clamp around the sheetrock, nice and secure. And these lights are very light anyway, no pun intended. So anyway, So I'm going to go ahead and get that up there, and I'll show you how I do that. So what I did is I just used one of the holes for the plastic piece that's normally used, and I put a screw through it just to hold this up. So now I can mark the 4 spots you see right here and go ahead and drill out. So it's a 1/2-inch drill for this light, or a 1/2-inch hole and to make. So I got a 1/2-inch drill bit, and we'll go ahead and make those, and then we can attach the screws. So I got a 1/2-inch bit on my screwdriver, and so I just made 4 holes here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we can attach this bracket with these screws. So let me open this up and show you how to do that. So here's a closer look. A little butterfly screw thing. So the only thing you got to do is you have to take this off, because it's got to go, the screw's got to go through there with this on the other side of this. So go ahead and I'll pop those on and then show you how that should look. Now I have all 4 screws threaded through, and then I'll pinch them and they will pop through the ceiling like so. So let me change my setup here. Okay. Next, I'm going to plug each of my wires into my connectors. So here's the ground. We got the white and the black. So we just push in the black wire. Oops, didn't get that one in all the way. And we get in the white wire. There we go. Oh. Now we have our ceiling bracket. So we gotta push each of these just straight up through the holes, and you hear the little butterfly. There we go. So now that is hanging there. Now you can do this by hand, but why would you do that? So when we have a power tool. So I'm just going to put some tension on that. Then I don't want to over tighten them, so I always check it. I do the final twist with my hand to make sure I can feel the tension. I don't want to pull it through the sheetrock. There we go. So now okay. So I'm gonna make the final connections. That one there. That's just a push on. And then the green one for the ground is just a pinch. And put it in the hole. Oops, I can see it. There we go. Okay, Now the final part of this is to just pinch and slide the little feet. But what we want to do is we want to push these final bundles of wire up into the hole. There we go. So then just line up. This is probably one of the trickiest things, is just trying to get the slides into, there goes one. Once you get one, there we go, and then just slides the other way. There we go. It is up. Now let's make sure it works. Look at that. There we go. And there it is. Now I have a lot more. I have to duck here anyway, but before that light, that bulb was hanging down about here, and I was always whacking it and breaking them, so now I won't have that problem. So I hope that helps with anybody interested in changing out a light fixture. Same principle follows for any light fixture that you have. Take down the old one, secure the bracket for the new one, make the wire connections, make sure that you turn off the power so you don't hurt yourself, and then attach the light, turn the power back on, and make sure it works. So it's a pretty easy process. A lot of people are intimidated by it, but don't let that happen. There's a lot of cool light fixtures, and there are new ones coming out all the time, so it's easy to improve your lighting in your garage, storage area like I did here, or the house. So have any questions or comments, please holler, and appreciate if you subscribe and hit the like button. So until next time, we'll see you down the road.